There's a new Paul Ryan budget out. It's even worse than the last one that he put out. It forces poor people to bear even more of the burden of the country's debt. It is going to add trillions of dollars in tax cuts. It is going to cut deeply into healthcare programs and income supports for the poor, including food stamps, including the Affordable Care Act, $1.5 trillion that Paul Ryan looks to eliminate there. This is the Barack Obama health insurance reform plan. And the biggest difference between Paul Ryan's budget and President Obama's budget is that the Ryan budget raises $2 trillion less in revenue than the White House does, primarily because of decreasing tax on the wealthy. We've talked for a long time, Lewis, about the double standard that right-wingers accuse the left of class warfare. What is more indicative of class warfare than removing taxes from the richest Americans and also removing subsidized programs, including food stamps, Lewis, from the poorest Americans? If that is not class warfare, I don't know that we've ever seen class warfare.
Right. I suppose you could have different definitions of class warfare. Like if you're trying to level the playing field, if you consider that to be class warfare, well, I guess certain people on the left could be accused of that. Okay,
but we're getting into very dicey and capricious definitions, aren't we?
Right.
You really have to take it far, Natan, to actually make this class warfare case against anyone other than these Republican budgets, or am I seeing that wrong?
No, I totally agree. I don't have too much to add, but I agree with what you're saying. I mean, this guy is up to no good. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, I think this one we're just all in agreement on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Then we won't go further into it. The question I will leave you with, though, is do you feel that the media is covering these budget discussions incorrectly, not by lying about what's in the budget plans, Lewis, but by not properly contextualizing a lot of the programs that Republicans want to eliminate are drops in the bucket relative to defense and war spending? I don't believe that that is properly contextualized. You'll hear X amount added or removed from food stamps, X amount added or removed from taxes for the rich.
I don't think you'll even hear that.
Well, you'll hear some. You will hear numbers.
Not many. Not many. Usually what you hear is what we just stated on this show. We just stated what? That there's going to be how many dollars? I mean, we just generalized overall. We didn't talk about specifically where they're coming from.
The budget is smaller or bigger by $2 trillion. Right. That's all you hear. Well, then you're taking even a step further from me. But the real lack of disclosure among the corporate mainstream homogenous media is not putting into context. When you hear about $20 billion, how does that relate to defense spending and war spending? And if people really knew those numbers, would they feel the same way about these budgets if they had the proper context? I think they wouldn't. I think people would feel differently.
Absolutely not. It's never put into perspective.
All right. Get a David Pakman Show t-shirt or hoodie like the one Lewis is wearing at davidpakman.com/gear. Also like us on Facebook, facebook.com/David Pakman Show. A lot of great new behind-the-scenes pictures up there. We'll take a break and be back after this.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.